Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to the Garnet Sports Network for some conference baseball action. Apologies for a little bit of a delay, just trying to figure out some of this new streaming equipment. But we appreciate you joining us here just before the first pitch. Swarthmore taking on Washington College, both teams looking for their first win in Centennial Conference play. Swarthmore played Johns Hopkins over the weekend, dropped the first game 5-0, and battled the Blue Jays, who were ranked number 19 in the country at the time, now ranked number 14 in the nation, to a 5-4 loss. The Hopkins Blue Jays won on a walk-off single, and the Shoremen coming off a pair of losses to the Franklin and Marshall Diplomats. For the Garnet, we have Sawyer Lake on the mound. He'll be pitching to Luke Distilio of WAC to start the game. Lake been a very reliable option for the Garnet so far this season, a freshman from Texas. Lake 1-1, 4 appearances, 4 games started with a 2.18 ERA, holding opponents to a 2.26 batting average. He'll be going up against Luke Distilio, second baseman for Washington College. Distilio batting .303 in the leadoff spot. After Distilio will be Matt Tancredi, and Charlie Meter, center fielder, will be third up to bat. As Distilio approaches the box, we are ready to get baseball action underway on an absolutely gorgeous day here at Clothier Field in the newly dedicated Prudente press box. The official ceremony for that will be on Saturday against the Dickinson Red Devils. The Garnet have a doubleheader at 12:30 and 3:30. We'll hope you'll join us here on the Garnet Sports Network. Lake's first pitch misses low, 1-0 here. Finds the strike zone, count at 1-1. We hope you'll join us on Saturday. We'll have another broadcast, 2 games against Dickinson. I'll be joined on the mic by Aiden Miller, senior. Should be a good pair of games, as that is a strike. 1-2 now. And Lake retires Distilio swinging.
Now batting number 2, Matt Tancredi.
And Tancredi up to bat here. Tancredi hitting .255, slugging .353 with an on-base percentage of .367. Ball 1. Last week, Lake had a pretty good outing, going 7 innings against the Drew Rangers, but Swarthmore unable to find the run support he needed and fell 2-0 in non-conference play. That ball passed the diving arms of Wes Fishburne at third base, and Tancredi on first with a hit. First hit of the game for the Shoremen there.
Now for the Shoreman, number 6, Charlie Metter.
Fishburne recently reinserted into the lineup after missing the first part of the year with an injury from last season, but he was impressive in his debut, a 6-2 win against DeSales. That first pitch is a ball from Lake. Fishburne went 3 for 4 in that game, had a pretty nice catch in foul territory. And that ball pretty close inside. 2-0 now is the count. With Charlie Meter. Takes that pitch, called strike, 2-1. Lake looking over to first, throwing to Cole Beaker. Tancredi staying home on that one. 2-1 count here. Lake taking his time. Umpire calls time. Meter will step out of the box. Swing and a miss. Big hack there from Meter. Count is now 2-2. 1 out. Man on first. That's Matt Tancredi, who's singled to the gap on the left side. Makes contact to Matt Palmer. Palmer 4-6 and can't get the double play, but they do get the lead runner out.
Up to the plate, number 30, Evan Hirschbaum.
So, runner still on first. 2 outs. That will bring up the cleanup hitter, Evan Hirschbaum, number 30, first baseman. Hirschbaum hitting .288, slugging .452 for the Shoremen. He is a senior from North Massapequa. First pitch is a ball. Sawyer looks to first base. Looks again. Sawyer Lake is a southpaw, so pickoffs will be a little easier for him today. Good pitch, called strike, 1-1 for Sawyer Lake. Another pickoff move there by Lake. I believe his 4th of the game so far. Count stays at 1-1 for Hirschbaum. Makes contact, fouled off. Looks like it will be out of play. Count at 1-2. Lake doing a good job to get ahead here. Just needs one more out. Get to the bottom half of this inning. Making contact is Hirschbaum, and getting under that is freshman right fielder A.J. Liu. And that'll be 3 down, 1 hit allowed. But no runs for the Shoremen, as that will bring the Garnet up to bat. And then leading off will be the man who just made that catch. Number 28, A.J. Liu, will be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network. Leading off the bottom of the first inning for Swarthmore will be freshman outfielder number 28, A.J. Liu. A.J. Liu hitting .220. He had a very strong outing on Thursday against DeSales when the Garnet won 6-2. Liu was 3 for 4 with a double and 2 singles, I believe, 2 runs batted in. Quite the day for Liu in his first time leading off that game. He'll go up against number 21, P.J. Mikolas. Mikolas is got a 5.79 ERA. Strike one on Liu. Ball off the bat of Liu. The right fielder, Jay Feltz, under that easily. 1 out for the Garnet.
Number 3, Charlie Levitt.
That'll bring up number 3, Charlie Levitt, a sophomore from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Levitt, number 3, hitting .288 this year. 17 hits in 59 at-bats, 11 runs. Strike one for Levitt. Ball's inside. One and one count for Levitt. And that's over the shortstop, Lozapone, and a single for Charlie Levitt here. That'll bring up Wesley Fishburne. Fishburne played shortstop in his first 3 years for the Garnet, shifting over to third base this year and in about 3 games so far after coming back last week. Strike called. A little bit off the plate from my perspective here, but strike called nonetheless. Levitt going. Ball beats him there, but the tag does not, and Levitt takes second. Now he is in scoring position for Fishburne. 1 and 1 count there. Levitt, one of the leaders on this team in stolen bases. That was his 9th of the season. Also one of the top base stealers in the Centennial Conference. 1 and 1 count. 1 out for Wes Fishburne. Swing and a miss from Fishburne. 1 and 2. Just a very ideal day for baseball here at Clothier Field. Not a lot of wind, sunny and warm. Oh, Mikolas could have had Levitt. He stepped off, threw to second. The throw was a little off target, but Levitt was caught off guard there briefly, but he got back to the base. Missed opportunity to get a runner out there by the Shoreman. Levitt walking around a little bit gingerly after that, but looks to be okay. Play will halt momentarily. Fishburne with a 1-2 count here. Ball. Ball put into play. Skirts off the shortstop's leg. That'll move Levitt to third.
Garnet number 2, Connor Elliott.
And that'll bring up Connor Elliott here. Elliott has been the best hitter on the team so far for Swarthmore, hitting .347, .493 slugging percentage, and .370 on base percentage. I believe all those marks lead the team. 26 hits and 75 at-bats with 11 runs, 4 doubles, 2 triples for the designated hitter. Ball called. Fishburne steals second. One and 0 count for Elliott. 2 runners in scoring position now. A dangerous place for the Shoreman. Only 1 out for the Garnet. Looking to put some runs on that board. Offense has been a little bit of a struggle this year for the Garnet. But let's see if they can get ahead to a good start here in the first inning like they did against the Sails. In that game, as that ball misses in the dirt, the Garnet scored 4 runs on 4 hits in the first. 2-0 count for Elliott here. Fishburne on second, Levitt on third. Ball a little bit inside, called for a strike, 2-1. Connor Elliott, a sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Called strike, 2-2. Elliott fouls that one off down the third base line. Count remains 2-2. Mikkel has thrown 16 pitches so far, 10 of those for strikes. Looking to find another one here against Elliott. Into play, off the glove of the third baseman, Aaron Barclay, and Levitt was going to score anyway, most likely, but that'll allow Elliott to reach first. Bit of a misplay there from the Shoreman. And we'll have runners on the corners again. Bringing up Cole Beaker, as that's a strike. 0-1 for Cole Beaker. Beaker, a freshman first baseman. Also a little bit of a pitcher, having started 1 game so far this season on the mound. A win against Coast Guard. Beaker had a good start to the season, a little bit slowed down a little bit since then, but hitting .286. He's got 22 hits. 11 RBI. Looking to drive in Fishburne from third here. That is a ball, 1-1. One out. 2 hits for Swarthmore and an error by the Shoreman. Ball popped up. Going to be fielded by Lozapone, the shortstop. And that will hold Fishburne at third. Shallow pop fly.
Up to bat, number 1, Max Gruyan.
And Max Gruyan will come up to the dish 2 outs. Runners on the corner, 1-0 Swarthmore. Gruyan had 3 hits in that 5-4 loss to Johns Hopkins. He and Beaker both had a trio of hits there. Gruyan been playing very well so far this season. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Going back is the second baseman over the shoulder. Can't grab that one. That will score 2 runners, Elliott and Fishburne. And that will put Gruyan on second.
Up to bat, number 7, Matt Palmer.
Fouled off by Palmer there. And that was a hit and an error. Error on the throw there from the right fielder. Palmer puts it into play. That's going to be a hit for Matt Palmer. And Gruyan coming around from second. He will score 4 runs from the Garnet in the first inning. Swarthmore
Now batting, number 17, Kenji Yoshi.
really good start here for the Garnet. And coming up to bat will be number 17, Kenji Yoshi, as Mikolas has a little bit of a conference with his catcher. And the pitching coach. Swarthmore with 4 hits and taking advantage of 2 Shorman errors in this inning to put 4 runs on the board. Very, very good start for the young Garnet. Off the plate ball. Two outs. That is well inside and low. 2-0, 2-0 count. Good job by O'Donnell to get in the way of that one. 2 balls now. That one called for a strike. 2-1 on Yoshi. Yoshi, catcher all the way from Tokyo, Japan. Checks his swing there. Ball in the dirt. 3-1. Yoshi ahead in the count. Swarthmore jumping ahead to a 4-0 lead here. That is a called strike. Palmer is tagged. He went a little bit late there, and that will end the inning. But not before Swarthmore puts 4 on the board. Gives Sawyer Lake, their freshman starter, a lot of run support. And we head into the top of the second. And coming up to bat, I believe, will be number 29, Aaron Barkley. We'll be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network. Swarthmore with a strong start and a 4-0 lead. Barkley up to bat here. Barkley, the third baseman. Ball low. Ball one on Barkley. Top of the second. Fouled off. 1-1. Another pitch fouled off. Count is 1-2 for Barkley. Lake allowed one hit in the first inning, but got a lot of run support from the offense. 4 hits, 4 runs. Checking his swing is Barkley. Count is 2-2. That goes to the shortstop, Grullon. Fielded cleanly. Throw is on target. Easy out. 1 out down. And that will put designated hitter number 8, Ryan Zweer, to the plate. Zweer, batting average of .339. Slugging percentage of almost .600. Got 21 hits in 62 at-bats and 3 home runs already this year for the Shoremen. Swings at the first pitch. Back to Grullon. Grullon to Beaker. Another 6-3. Been a quick inning so far as Jay Feltz will step into the batter's box. 2 down for Lake. Here in the top of the second on an absolutely gorgeous day here at Clothier Field Stadium. Ball. We've got a good crowd here today on this beautiful day in these newly updated, renovated, and improved bleachers. As that is called for a strike, 1-1. And we're coming at you live from the recently dedicated Prudente press box, named for longtime. Will be dedicated soon. I have a correction from my producer, as that ball is fouled away. Will be dedicated on Saturday against Dickinson at 11 a.m. So you'll want to catch all that action here on the Garnet Sports Network and stick around for the doubleheader starting at 12:30 will be the first pitch, as that one's fouled off over the netting. Ernie Prudente was the baseball coach here at Swarthmore, a professor of physical education, also the basketball coach. Nearly 30 years of service, as that one called third strike as Lake retires the side in order. 2 6-3s and a strikeout looking. Matt Reynolds, the head coach for the Shoremen, having a couple words with the umpire. Not sure if he liked that call, but we will head into the bottom of the second. Swarthmore still with a 4-0 lead here at Clothier Field. Leading off the inning will be Kenji Yoshi. Yoshi was up to bat at the end of the previous inning, but Palmer was caught stealing at second. So Yoshi will start the at-bat anew, as that is a ball by Nicholas. 1-0 count. Yoshi to the second baseman, and 1 out for the Shoreman.
Number 4, Ryan Burnett.
And now batting will be number 4, Ryan Burnett, the center fielder, one of the 3 seniors on this team. Burnett batting in the 9 spot today. Swings at that one. Grounder to the second baseman. 2 outs for the Shoreman. Nicholas hoping for a quick inning here after he got in a little bit of trouble in the first one. As there's 2 outs for A.J. Liu.
Up for the Garnet, number 28, A.J. Liu.
Last time Liu flied out in his first at-bat. Strike called. 0-1. That ball bounces in the dirt. 1-1 count. Ball off the plate. 2-1 count for Liu. Nice contact from Liu, but straight to the center fielder, Charlie Meter. And Nicholas goes 1-2-3 in that inning. Swarthmore still ahead 4-0 here as we enter the top of the third. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here for this conference baseball action.
Up to bat for the Shoreman, number 3, Joe Lozapone.
And we're back. That aerial drone footage courtesy of Swarthmore Director of Athletic Communications, Brandon Hodnett. If you look carefully, you'll notice that that was from last year. As there's no press box, Lozapone up to bat, fouls the first pitch off. Yoshi running, but the ball is out of play. 0-1. Swarthmore, beautiful campus. If you've never had the chance to visit in person, I highly recommend that you make the trip. Not too far out from Philadelphia, but a picturesque campus, a lot of beautiful spots. As that pitch is a ball, 1-1. Swarthmore is home to the Scott Arboretum. Has a tremendous diversity of Plant Life as Lozapone puts that one in play for Burnett. Pretty easy play for the senior center fielder, first out of the inning. And now up to bat will be Gavin O'Donnell, number 31. He is the 9-hitter and the catcher for the Shoremen. We've got one down here in the top of the third. Swarthmore, like I said, a beautiful campus, especially in the fall as the leaves turn and in the spring when leaves come back. Grounder to Matt Palmer at second, Palmer to Beaker. Easy enough, 2 outs. Lake making quick work of the Shoremen so far. This game was originally scheduled for yesterday at 3:30 p.m., but a little bit of remaining wetness on the field.
Number 9, Luke Bastil.
And the chance of impending storms and rain postponed the game to today. Fortunate because today is an absolutely beautiful day. We hope you're joining us from a place that's just as warm as this one. And Luke Distilio takes that first pitch for a strike. And checks his swing there. That'll be 1-1 for Distilio, who's coming up for the second time this game. Low from Lake, 2-1 now. Outside of the strike zone, missing high is Lake. That will be 3-1. Count is full. Here's the payoff pitch coming from Lake. Fouled off. And extending the at-bat is Distilio. Luke Distilio, a sophomore second baseman from Hamden, Connecticut. Entering this game, he's hitting .303. Probably just about 300 now. And that is a swing and foul tipped, but into the glove of Kenji Yoshi. That'll be a strikeout, and that will end the inning. Good work from Lake there. Hasn't given up a hit in the second and third innings as we head to the bottom of the third, and the Garnet will be up to bat. Leading off the inning will be number 3, Charlie Levitt, giving you a nice up-close and personal view of all the construction
Garnet, number 3, Charlie Levitt.
taking place beyond Clothier Field. Construction on new dorms, for now called new PPR. That's Pittenger, Palmer, and Roberts. Levitt swings at the first pitch he sees, shallow, falls for a single. And that's a hit by Charlie Levitt, which will bring up Wesley Fishburne. Levitt, I believe that's his second single of the day so far. Ball outside, 1-0. Another ball, 2-0. Levitt stole his ninth base of the season last time on the paths there. See, he's taking a big lead here. Swinging is Fishburne. Long way to go for several Shoreman fielders, but it falls into foul territory. Moves the count to 2-1 for the senior from La Jolla, California, Wesley Fishburne. Fishburne has seen limited action so far in this year, making his debut last Thursday against DeSales, but he has looked like his old self in that action. First team All-Centennial Conference member as a sophomore. All-region type player, and a single in the gap on the right side for Wesley Fishburne. That'll bring Levitt to second. No outs, and Connor Elliott is now up to bat. Elliott reached last time on an error by the third baseman, and that drove in a run. Let's see what he can do here with runners on first and second and no outs. Mikolas having a little trouble in the early goings of this game. We'll see how long he lasts here. Bunt by Elliott is foul. 0-1. Remains no outs. Looking like a sacrifice bunt situation. Move both runners into scoring position. Coming up next will be Cole Beaker. See if Elliott shows bunt again. He is. Mikolas steps off the mound trying to get Levitt. Levitt retreats to safety at second. Count remains at 0-1. And that is fouled off by Elliott, 0-2. Probably won't see another bunt from him. Down 2 strikes in the count. Ball's outside and low. 1-2. Elliott makes great contact and finds the left field wall. That'll bring in Levitt easily. Fishburne rounding third. He'll go, and he is safe. Ball was a little bit off target, and that's a...
Now hitting number 23, Cole Beaker.
That'll bring Beaker up. Elliott is on third. That'll be scored as a double and advancing on the throw for Elliott. 2-run score there. Garnet up 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. Still no outs. Mikolas, that is a strike. Mikolas, the starter for the Shoremen, in a bit of a situation here with another runner in scoring position, and Beaker up to bat with no outs. Already down 6 runs. That will score another because that is a hit to shallow left for Cole Beaker as Elliott crosses the plate Swarthmore pouring runs in so far. We're just in the bottom of the third, and it is already 7-0 here as Max Gruyon steps into the box to the tune of Shakira. Ball is low, 1-0 for Nicholas. Don't see him going too much longer here. These teams will play again on Friday at Washington College. That is a ball in play to the center fielder. And Beaker will retreat back to first base. First out of the inning finally comes for the Shoremen after 3 runs have already scored. Matt Palmer now up to bat. Palmer singled previously and was out at second, caught stealing in his previous time on the base paths. Let's see if he can move Beaker over into scoring position and put the Shoremen in an even bigger hole. Ball a little bit inside, but called a strike. 0-1. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Garnet Sports Network on this gorgeous day for baseball. That's going to be, looks like a wild pitch in the dirt. Couldn't be stopped by Gavin O'Donnell. And Beaker will go to second. Matt Palmer up to bat. Like I said, the story has been all Swarthmore, scoring 7 runs in less than 3 innings so far. So far, the Shoremen have only managed 1 hit. That ball will drop for a hit from Palmer. Beaker rounding third. He's going to score easily. They don't even try to throw home. That'll be 8 runs for Swarthmore.
Now batting number 17, Kenji Yoshi.
And Kenji Yoshi up to bat. And Yoshi up to bat, grounded out to the second baseman last time at the plate. Swarthmore with 9 hits so far. Fouled off by Yoshi. An outburst of offense here for the Garnet. They continue their strong performance against Johns Hopkins in the second game of that doubleheader on Saturday. They had over 10 hits in that one, I believe, after only getting 3 in the first game. Positive sign from the Garnet as Yoshi singles. Shallow right center, Palmer to second. And that's 10 hits for the Garnet.
Now batting number 4, Ryan Burnett.
As that will bring up Ryan Burnett. Runners at first and second. Still only 1 out. Let's see if Burnett can continue this hit parade as Nicholas is really having a tough time here. Ball falls in for a called strike. 0-1 is the count. Shoreman really struggling here so far. Ball from Burnett put into play. It advances the runners to second and third as he's out at first. Second out of the inning.
28, A.J. Liu.
And A.J. Liu up to bat. Liu is the leadoff hitter. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Ball off the plate, outside. 1-0 for Lou. Also, another pitch outside, 2-0. Called strike, 2-1. Just about 1 hour into this game here in the bottom of the third, 2 outs. Fouled off. Count is now at 2-2 for Liu. Grounded to the third baseman, and Liu is out. And the Shoremen end the inning, but not before conceding 4 runs to Swarthmore, making it 8-0 for the Garnet after 3. The visitors from Washington College have quite a bit of work to do to catch up here as we enter the top of the 4th. And we're back. Leading off the inning for the Shoremen will be number 2, Matt
The bat for the Shoremen, number 2, Matt
Tancredi. As I said, Washington College with a bit of work to do as they find themselves down 8-0 with only 1 hit. After 3 innings, strike 1. Tancredi looked like he wanted to swing, but checked at the last second there. That is a fly out to Liu there in right field. 1 out.
Now up, number 6, Charlie Meter.
And now batting will be number 6, Charlie Meter, the center fielder. Called for a ball. Looked like a strike from here, but not sure from this angle. Good off-speed pitch. And that'll be a single into center field for Meter. Bringing up the first baseman, Evan Hirschbaum. Hirschbaum hitting .288 entering this game. Trying to get something going for the Shoremen. Ball called. And grounder to the shortstop. They're going to try and turn 2. 6-4. Can't get him out at first base, but gets the lead runner. That'll be 2 outs.
Now up, number 29, Aaron Barclay.
And Aaron Barclay at the dish. Aaron Barclay is the third baseman for Washington College. Off the plate, but he calls a strike. A little bit of a delayed call from the umpire there, but an 0-1 count. Popped up, out of play. Lake getting ahead here early as it is an 0-2 count. Lake has had a pretty good afternoon so far, allowed 2 hits. Pretty efficient, not a lot of pitches thrown, not sure what he's at. Looks like 40 pitches for the freshman southpaw from Texas. That ball's inside, off the glove of Yoshi, and Hirschbaum will take second on that one. I believe that'll be a pass ball. It was off the glove of Yoshi. And Hirschbaum didn't leave until the ball was thrown. That's another ball. 2-2. 2 outs. Ball popped up, high fly ball. Running under it is Burnett. And that will end the top of the 4th inning. Still no runs for Washington, finding themselves in an 8-0 deficit here at Clothier Field.
Division III schools offer academic scholarships instead of athletic scholarships. This really puts the focus that the student athlete needs to maintain that GPA.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III. A lot of people pick schools just based on the sport and don't get that experience.
Being a Division III athlete and developing my leadership skills has definitely put my name out there and helped me get more recognition on campus, but more recognition nationwide. I did win the Jostens Trophy, which is based on leadership, academics, and then how well you do on the court.
I'm also the Schwartz Scholar of my class. Schwartz Scholarship is basically a scholarship that is given to a student who's identified as a likely leader.
At the end of the day, it won't matter how they play on the field, it will matter how they do in the classroom.
Division III allows you to be able to
There will be a new arm on the mound for the Shoremen. It'll be number 11,
Now pitching for the
Mike
Shoremen, number
Bartels.
11, Mike Bartels.
Bartels is a junior from Middletown, New Jersey. So far this year, he has pitched 4.2 innings, 6 appearances, ERA of
Number 3, Charlie Levitt.
19.29. And Charlie Levitt leading off the inning. Has a little bit of a conference with O'Donnell. And let's see if he can fare better than Mikolas did, who allowed 8 runs in 3 innings on the mound. Ball off the plate, 1-0. Fouled off there, 1-1. Second baseman, and out at first is Levitt for the first out of the inning.
Batting number 22, Wesley Fishburne.
And Wesley Fishburne up to bat here. Fishburne having a pretty good day so far. One out, bases empty for Fishburne. Ball outside, 1-0. Inside for another ball. That will be 2-0. Fans, it is Division III week across the country, as Division III institutions such as Swarthmore celebrate the student-athlete experience and the 3 Ds of Discover, Develop, and Dedicate. Swarthmore celebrating D3 week with quite a bit of programming, as Fishburne fouls that off count at 2-2. On the Swarthmore Athletics Instagram, we've had an Instagram takeover from our student athletes every day. They show you a day in the life of a Swarthmore student athlete, from books to practice to dinner and sharples and everything in between, providing a unique perspective of what it means to engage in both physically and intellectually demanding pursuits at one of the top Division III liberal arts schools in the country. We will also have a ice cream social here, provided by the president's office between this game and the women's lacrosse game at Bryn Mawr. If you're around for that, definitely don't want to miss it. Count is full as Fishburne fouls another one off. There will be a clinic on Sunday run by our student athletes, and plenty of other events. A national championship watch party took place on Monday, as that one is high. It will end up in the glove of Lozapone, the shortstop, for the second out of the inning.
Number 2, Connor Elliott.
Connor Elliott up to the plate now. D3 week seeks to answer the question, why D3? Plenty of different answers from our talented student athletes here at Swarthmore. Check our Instagram page for some of those takeovers, and our homepage at www.swarthmoreathletics.com for a full rundown of Division III week programming. As that is, I believe, 1-0 is the count for Elliott. Ball well outside the mitt of the catcher O'Donnell. I believe 2-0 now. That goes in for a called strike, 2-1 on Elliott. Nice breeze drifting through the press box here. Sunny day. Friendly confines of Clothier Field. Low in for a ball. The dimensions of the field have been altered from last season. The fence has been brought in to make way for the construction of the new dorms. These dimensions will be temporary until the permanent structures are put in. And that's a walk for Connor Elliott.
Now batting number 23, Cole Beaker.
As Beaker, the freshman first baseman, number 23, steps into the box. Two outs and a man on first. Elliott taking a lead. Finding a gap is Beaker. That will advance Elliott to second.
Now batting number 1, Max Gruyon.
Max Gruyon up to bat here. Looking to continue this with 2 outs. This middle part of the order has been paying big dividends for the Garnets so far today. Strike 1 on Gruyon. Gruyon has 1 hit and 1 run and 1 run driven in, excuse me, as the count goes to 1-1 on that pitch. You can also follow along with our live stats. The link is on our swarthmoreathletics.com page on the right side with upcoming events. Washington versus baseball, and click that live stats link. Is that ball on the outside? 2-1. Beaker and Elliott on first and second, respectively. Gruyon calling for time from the umpire. It's granted. That pitch misses low, 3-1. Pardon me, there was a balk that occurred, which will put Beaker on second and Elliott on third. Apologies for missing that one. And the Shoremen in danger of giving up some more runs here. Count is actually 2-1 and not 3-1. After that balk, count goes down to 2-1. And that's to the shortstop who has to dive. Can't get him at first base, and another run will score.
7, Matt Palmer.
That'll put runners on the corners. 9-0 now for the Garnet. Matt Palmer up to bat here. Good job by Gruyon. That ball to the shortstop, charging in his Lozapone, and he'll get Palmer out at first. Swarthmore scoring another run to make it 9-0 after 4. Heading into the top of the 5th. The Garnet find themselves in a very strong position. We'll see if they can continue this excellent play into the second half of this game.
Division III allows you to be able to give yourself to other things. Not even just participate in them, but really get involved with them if you want to.
There's a lot of interaction. It's not just sitting back, taking notes. You're actually doing hands-on things and better preparing yourself for your major.
Choosing a Division III school, I've had the opportunity to develop my leadership skills and to be more involved on campus.
Division III in athletics, affords students the opportunity not only to participate in intercollegiate athletics at a competitive level, but also gives them the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport and outside of the academics on the campus.
And to have opportunity to have time to join clubs and being able to play basketball, it allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Up to bat for the Shoremen, number 8, Ryan Zwier.
Leading off the inning for Washington College will be number 8, Ryan Zwier, the designated hitter. That's a ball. Garnet with a commanding 9-0 lead here. Called strike, 1-1. Another strike in for Lake. 1-2. Lake pitching 4 innings so far of shutout ball with just 2 hits. Had a good outing so far. That is a ball off the plate. Lake was strong in his last outing against Drew last week here at home. Couldn't come away with the win, but he did everything he could with no runs allowed in 7 innings. Ball is called in, looked inside, but called for a strike, and he'll go down looking for the first out of the inning.
Now up, number 33, Jay Feltz.
Jay Feltz steps up to the plate, number 33. The right fielder, Jay Feltz. 1 down. Strike 1. Ball squirts away from Yoshi's glove there as it's 1-1. Nobody on, 1 down. Once again, thank you for joining us here on the Garnet Sports Network for this this new and improved baseball broadcast. Ball's outside as Feltz leaves. 2-1. We hope you enjoy our updated graphics bug on the bottom left part of your screen. Contact made. Easy play for Beaker there at first. 2 down. Coming up is Lozapone, the shortstop.
3, Joe Lozapone.
We hope to add more features to this broadcast as time goes on and enhance the viewing experience for all the Garnet supporters out there. Lozapone shows bunt, pulls away, called strike. 0-1. And that's a strike 2. 0-2 now. Lake working ahead. Lozapone in a bit of a hole here. And that is past Palmer. Up the middle. Hit for Joe Lozapone. Extend the inning by
Up to bat, number 31, Gavin O'Donnell.
Gavin O'Donnell at the plate, the catcher and the 9-hitter. O'Donnell is a junior from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, nearby Lancaster. Strike one. Strike two, 0-2 for the second straight at-bat. Lake working ahead to 0-2. Putting O'Donnell in a little bit of a tough situation here. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And swing and a miss. He goes down, hitting the bat in the ground. And a little bit of frustration is O'Donnell. And Swarthmore heads into the bottom of the 5th, still ahead 9-0. Good showing from Lake in that inning, and we'll be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor Special Olympics athletes.
And to learn that in giving, we receive so much more in return. Help us keep that dream alive.
Be part of it.
Get involved.
You can make a difference.
Leading off the inning for the Garnet will be the catcher, freshman number 17, Kenji Yoshi.
Up to bat, number 17, Kenji Yoshi.
Strike one on Yoshi. I've been told that that was a slider. My baseball knowledge is somewhat limited, so I'll take our PA person's word for it. Ball outside, 1-1. That comes in for a strike, 1-2 on Yoshi. After this, we hope you'll join us again on the Garnet Sports Network for tonight's women's lacrosse game against Bryn Mawr College. That's another conference game that'll be taking place here at Swarthmore at 7 p.m. Swarthmore started the season 5-0, looking to pick up another win against the Owls. Fouled off by Yoshi. There's no one on the base paths. Apologies for that graphical mistake. Another foul ball from Yoshi. Cannot imagine a more perfect day for baseball. calling time. Yoshi puts that into play. Grounder to the shortstop. Thrown out at first by Lozapone.
Up to bat, number 4, Ryan Burnett.
One down, and Burnett up to bat. Ryan Burnett, along with Wesley Fishburne and Steven Matos Torres, one of only 3 seniors on this very young Garnet team. Believe among 35 players, either 18 or 19 are freshmen. Not sure of the exact number, but over half are in their first year of collegiate baseball. Takes a strike for the first pitch, 0-1. A very, very young team for Swarthmore, but a lot of potential for the future, and a lot of it has already developed so far this season. Ball low, 1-1. A lot of contributions from underclassmen. And Coach Midkiff and the whole coaching staff for Swarthmore hoping those players continue to develop in the future. As that's called strike 1-2. Good contact from Burnett. Drops for a single. Not sure. The right fielder might have misjudged it. Didn't really move toward it. And that will be a single for Burnett. A.J. Liu at the plate. Top of the order now for the Garnet.
I'm on a Lou level. A.J. Liu up the bat.
Strike called, 0-1 for Liu with Burnett on first. Swarthmore still holding a 9-0 lead here. Garnet scored 4 in the first and 4 in the third. Have not really let the Shoremen in it at all as Liu fouls that one off. Finds himself down 0-2 here. That is a ball from Mike Bartles. 1-2. Bartles has thrown 34 pitches, 21 strikes since coming in to relieve the starter, P.J. Mikolas. Mikolas had a little bit of a rough go of it, bringing Bartles into the game after just about 3 innings, I believe. That's another ball from Bartles. Count to 2-2. A.J. Liu battling back nicely after falling behind 0-2 in the count. Bartles goes to first, trying to get Burnett. And ball is fouled off by Liu. It'll be retrieved by our expert ball chaser, senior Sam Liebrick, a member of the men's basketball team, the winners of the 2016-17 Centennial Conference Championship. Liebrick, one of the 3 seniors on that team. An expert ball chaser as well as a defensive stopper there for the Garnet. Lou grounds to the shortstop. That'll be 6-4. And the double play is not completed, but there's no error charged.
Now batting number 3, Charlie Levitt.
And Levitt will come up to bat. For those of you scoring at home, an error cannot be charged on a missed double play unless the ball for the second out is dropped by the baseman. And Levitt will be up to bat. Swing and a miss. Strike one on the first pitch. That one goes in for a called strike. 0-2 for Levitt. Lou on first. 2 gone here in the bottom of the fifth. Swarthmore leading 9-0. Such a beautiful day. I can't say that enough. And Levitt goes down swinging. 3-pitch strikeout. And that will end the inning as we head into the top of the sixth. This Shoreman's still being shut out by the Garnet. A little bit of a tongue twister there. And we'll be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network. Top of the sixth here. Leading off is number 9, Luke Distilio. We're at the top of the order for Washington College. Here in the top of the sixth. Through 6, the Shoremen have only managed 3 hits, all singles here against Sawyer Lake. And that's another foul ball. 0-2 for Distilio. Swarthmore looking to pick up a win at home, which would be their first conference win of the season. And he goes down looking. 3 pitches, all strikes as Distilio goes down for the first out.
Matt Tancredi.
That'll bring up Matt Tancredi to the plate. 1 out, top 6. Pitch is high, 1-0 on Tancredi. We'll have more baseball action for you on Saturday with a doubleheader against Dickinson College here on the Garnet Sports Network. Probably not going to be as beautiful as today. Forecast calling for weather in the 50s. Popped up to Lou. Easy play there in right field for the second out.
Up to bat for the Shoreman, number 6, Charlie Meter.
Lake working quickly yet again as Charlie Meter up to bat here with 2 down. Like I said, we will be giving you more baseball action on Saturday with that doubleheader against Dickinson. Tune in prior to the game at 11 o'clock. We'll have the dedication of the press box and bleacher complex to Ernie Prudente as Meter strike swinging there for the first strike. We hope you'll join us for those festivities and for the games. That is a ball on the outside. Fouled off. 1-2. Swarthmore played Dickinson last year on the road, losing both of those games. Looking to gain some measure of vengeance here this year. Swing and a miss. And 1-2-3 inning for Lake, who has been really strong on the mound today. 3 hits through 6 innings as we head to the bottom of the frame, and the Garnet will be up.
Now batting number 22, Wesley Fishburne.
Leading off the inning for the Garnet will be number 22, Wesley Fishburne. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Good dive to stop the ball by the third baseman. Makes the throw, but the throw takes the first baseman off the bag, but I stand corrected. He was on the bag for the out. Head coach Matt Midkiff wants to have a word with the base umpire. From my vantage point, it looked like he was well off the bag with that throw, but the umpire might have had a different angle. So we'll wait and see what the call is. But from my perspective, it definitely looked like that throw took him off the bag. And that'll go down as a 5-3 for Fishburne. That was a great play by Barclay to stop that ball on the third baseline. And Connor Elliott will come up. Connor Elliott has had a pretty good day so far, pulling up the stats here. Elliott, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 RBI, and 2 at-bats. That's a ball. Elliott, has 3 runs, 1 hit, 2 RBIs. He scored after walking last time at the plate. That's a foul. Had to refresh our live stats. 1-1 for Elliott. 1 down after Fishburne grounded out to third. Elliott started the year at third base. As that goes in for a strike, 1-2. But shifted to the designated hitter with the return of Fishburne. Gruyan staying at shortstop. 1-2 for Elliott. Ball foul away. Chasing it down is Hirschbaum, but it goes out of play harmlessly. Good effort by Hirschbaum. You never know. Ball outside in the dirt, stopped by O'Donnell, 2-2. Just about 1 hour, 45 minutes into this game here. In the bottom of the 6th, 1 down for Elliott. You have to imagine if the game remains a 9-run deficit, as that's a ball, count is full. You'll have to imagine that some of the backup and reserves will get some time here as the coaches try to rest their players as if the result has been decided. Elliott calls for time, steps out of the box. Try to get you any of those substitutions as they happen. For those of you scoring at home, pop fly into the glove of the third baseman, Barkley. 2 down, Beaker up to bat here. Cole Beaker is a left-handed pitcher and infielder from Lexington, North Carolina, rather. Half the team from California, the other half of the team from North Carolina and Texas. That's a ball. Beaker fouls away, 1-1. Two down here, bottom of the 6th. Swarthmore ahead, 9-0. Ball, 2-1. Beaker pops that one, flying out to left field. And heading into the top of the 7th, Swarthmore still leading by 9 runs.
Leading off for the
Thank
Shoremen,
you
number
for
30,
joining us
Hirschbaum.
again here. Back to the action. Leading off the inning for the Shoremen, number 30, Evan Hirschbaum. Lake still on the mound for the Garnet. He's been pitching very well today. Ball, 1-0 for Hirschbaum. 13 hits for the Garnet, only 3 for the Shoremen. All base hits. That ball low, 2-0. And that ball is popped up. Getting under it will be Lou, and in his glove securely for the first out of the inning. We hope you'll keep watching.
29, Aaron Barclay.
After the game is over, we'll have a special interview with Swarthmore Garnet head coach Matt Midkiff talking about today's game and Saturday's doubleheader against Dickinson. We hope you'll stick around for that treat. And that is outside on Barclay, 1-0. Good, solid contact there from Barclay as he ropes the single into left field. 4th hit of the game for the Shoremen.
Off the bat, number 8, Ryan Zwier.
And Zwier will look to try and move him around the bases as the Shoremen still looking for their first run as they trail by 9 here. Man on first, 1 down. Fouled off by Zwier. First pitch, 0-1. And that's a ball. Good job by Yoshi to stop it. Prevent Barclay from advancing. Count 1-1. That's a strike, and the throw from Yoshi just a little bit high as Barclay will slide into second, count 1-2. Runner on second with 1 out.
I think Charles was just Yelp, actually. Charles? Yelp? Yeah, they do. 5 stars, too. There's like 2 reviews.
1-2. Runner on second. Zwier looking to bring him around for the first run of the game for Washington College. Washington. Grounder to shortstop to Beaker. 2 outs. Barclay will head to third.
Now up, number 33, Jay Feltz.
And that will put Jay Feltz at the dish here with 2 down. Washington College struggled to get runs on the weekend against conference opponent Franklin and Marshall. On the road in Lancaster, they lost the first game 11-3 before falling 2-0 in the nightcap. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both teams looking for their first win of the season. For those of you wondering, nightcap is a perfectly accepted term for the second game of a doubleheader. That's a ball. Always trying to spread some knowledge here on the Garnet Sports Network. 1-0. 1-1. In the last 2 years, Washington College has changed their logo from the George Washington head to the more Maryland-centric goose logo, featuring the flag of Maryland in the body of the goose. That's a ball, 2-1. Personally, not the biggest fan of the Maryland flag color scheme, but that is a very unpopular opinion in this broadcast booth. And so we'll leave that discussion for another day, as the count is at 2-2. Fouled off by Jay Feltz. Washington College goes by the Shoremen, but they are also referred to as Goose Nation. And if you look at their logo, it makes plenty of sense. 2-2, 2 outs. Fouled off. It's come to my attention that in this broadcast booth, 3 people in favor of the Maryland flag, 2, yourself and myself included. Yours truly are not in favor of the design, so we'll increase the sampling size, and we'll get you a better, more representative sample. Gonna pull the audience in between the innings, but for now, the count remains at 2-2 after another foul off. Swing and a miss, and he goes down. Lake ends the inning with a man on third. Missed opportunity for the Shoremen, but it's been a game full of those for Washington as they remain down by 9 runs. We'll be right back.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that.
It's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed with the strength to compete in sport at the college level, we understand that with what we were given comes a special obligation.
Our obligation to help those who have their own special needs and whose love for the game is no less intense.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics. Since August of 2011, we and others from Division III campus communities have volunteered more than 250,000 hours, time away from the classroom and practice field, reaching across the country to coach and mentor.
Now pitching for the Shoremen, number 13, Matt Furlong.
And there's another new arm on the mound for the Shoremen, the third pitcher of the day. Number 13, Matt Furlong, a freshman from Howell, New Jersey. This is the, judging by the stats, this is the first appearance of the season and his collegiate career for Matt Howell. And Max Gruyon will lead off the bottom of the 7th for the Garnet.
Up to bat for the Garnet, number 1, Matt Gruyon.
And that's a strike. It's Matt Furlong from Howell, New Jersey on the mound. And I stand corrected. This is the 7th appearance of his career. I was looking for the wrong player. Matt Furlong with a 4.5 ERA and 0-2 record in 12 innings pitched. And that's a ball. Bottom of the 7th. Good contact from Gruyon, but foul. 1-2. And good hit down the left field line by Gruyan. That's going to be a double past the outstretched glove of the third baseman. And he slides in to second as Matt Palmer heads to the batter's box. Gruyan's having a good day. The Garnet are having a good day. That's the 14th hit of the game for the Swarthmore Garnet. It's been all them today. And that's a called first strike on Palmer, 0-1. Ball high. Under is the center fielder. Gruyan decides not to tag up. Remains at second. First out of the inning, bringing up number 33.
Number 33, Jackson Roberts.
Jackson Roberts. Roberts pinch hitting here. Roberts pinch hitting for the catcher, Kenji Yoshi. My prediction is that Roberts will move to first base, and perhaps Jaron Schrock will come in to catch, or perhaps Alvin Lubetkin for the Garnet. As number 33, the sophomore Jackson Roberts at the plate. That is a ball, 1-0 for Roberts. Roberts, a sophomore from Piedmont, California. That it's located in the East Bay area. That's a strike, 1-1. Jackson Roberts batting .214 this year in 28 at-bats with 6 hits. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Roberts. I make no claims for the accuracy of my geographical information. For those of you keeping score at home. 1-2 for Roberts. And great contact from Roberts into left field. Gathered up. Gruyan held at third. Runners on the corners.
Now batting number 4, Ryan Burnett.
And Burnett will be up to bat here. One gone. Oh, and oh. Runners on first and third for Burnett. Swarthmore looking to hit double digits here. Burnett calls time. As we're in the bottom of the 7th. Burnett swings at the first pitch. He sees over the shoulder of the center fielder. Hits off the fence. Burnett with a stand-up double. 1 run will score. Roberts advances to third as Gruyan crosses the plate. 10-0 Swarthmore on that RBI double from Ryan Burnett. And we're going to see a pinch runner situation. Coming in will be freshman Holden Bridge coming in for Ryan Burnett. Burnett walking off the field after that double to score a run. A.J. Liu up to bat now as Furlong has a little bit of a conference with his catcher. He's given up 1 run in this inning, 1 out, down. Freshman Holden Bridge pinch running on second. Bridge, one of the faster players on the team, a freshman from Temple Terrace, Florida, brought in for these types of situations. As head coach Matt Reynolds, in his 3rd season out of the University of Massachusetts, having a little discussion with his freshman hurler, Furlong. We'll see if Furlong stays in the game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here to the action at Clothier Field. Swarthmore ahead 10-0. And just after 1/3 of an inning, Furlong will be pulled in favor of number 24, Sean Weiss. Sean Weiss has pitched 6.2 innings this year, 6 appearances, 9.45 ERA. Opponents hitting .357 off of him. Weiss, a junior from Cheltenham, Pennsylvania.
Now pitching for the Shoremen, number 24, Sean Weiss.
And we'll see if he can get the Shoremen out of the inning without any further damage. 10 runs for Swarthmore. This game looking pretty decided at this point, but you never know in baseball. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Number 28, A.J. Liu.
And after that brief break, Liu is up to bat. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Bridge pinch running at second. Jackson Roberts at third. See if Liu can drive them in. Add a couple more runs to the total. Ball called on the first pitch for Weiss in his 7th appearance of the season. Once again, we'll have a little bit of a chat, an interview with head coach Matt Midkiff after today's game here. We'll hope you'll stick around for that one. Strike a little bit off the plate. 1-1. Been a strong offensive day for the Garnet with 16 hits, turning that into 10 runs and allowing only 4 for the Shoremen. Fouled off by Liu, 1-2. These two teams will meet again on Friday at 3:30 p.m. in Chestertown, Maryland. In the Centennial Conference, each team plays the others twice. Half of those games are Saturday doubleheaders. The other half are home-and-home series. Swarthmore's home-and-home series against Haverford, Washington and College, Ursinus, and Muhlenberg. Bridge with a big lead off at second. Liu swinging past the right fielder who was in a little bit And that will be a double for Lou. 2 runs will score. Bridge and Roberts cross the plate. 12-0 on that 2 RBI double. And we'll have another pinch hitter for Swarthmore. It'll be outfielder Jared Gillen, number 5 from Kansas. Still only 1 out for the Garnet as Gillen comes up to bat. Gillen is hitting .246 this year, slugging .369, on base percentage of .282. And he will be pinch hitting for the sophomore Charlie Levitt. Jared Gillen, number 5. Fouled off pitch from Gillen. 0-1. Gillen back to the shortstop. That will be a 6-3. Lou advancing to third. Two down.
Batting number 45, Jack Levine.
And Jack Levine pinch hitting for Wes Fishburne. So we'll have a number of defensive substitutions coming up for you. Rather, we'll see where these players will be going in the field. Jack Levine is a freshman from Simsbury, Connecticut. Runner at third, Lou. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss from Levine, 0-1. On deck will be Steven Matos Torres making his first appearance of the season. That's a grounder to short. Out is Levine, and that will end the inning, but not before Swarthmore adds 3 more to the board. 12-0 Garnet. We'll be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network. Got a number of changes to bring here for you. Going to go kind of fast on them. Jackson Ramey pitching. Jaron Schrock now catching. Palmer moving from second base to third base. Now at second base is Jack Levine. Beaker and Gruyan remain at first and short, respectively. Gillen out in right field, Holden Bridge in center, and Lou shifting from right to left. And batting will be number 3, the shortstop, Joe Lozapone. So I pull this graphic up here for you. Foul ball, out. 0-1. Here in the top of the 8th, I imagine we'll see maybe a handful of substitutions from Washington College, as well as if this game continues to be a 12-run game, as that ball is low for a called ball, 1-1. And that ball goes off of Lozapone. He will get a free base.
Now batting number 31, Gavin O'Donnell.
Gavin O'Donnell, the catcher, coming up in the 9 spot with a man on first and no gone here in the top of the 8th. Strike one for Ramey. Ramey is a junior from California. Chatsworth, California. Popped up to Ramey. Routine play there. 1 out.
Now batting number 9, Luke Dastilio.
And that'll bring us to the top of the order. Number 9, Luke Dastilio in now. Ramey with a 2.45 ERA, 8 appearances, 0-1, 11 innings pitched. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. Ramey going from a starter last year to more of a reliever role. Ball singled up the middle to Bridge in center field. Runner advances a base. Man on first and second.
Up to bat, number 2, Matt Tancredi.
1 out for Tancredi. And instead of Tancredi, we are going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be number 23, Ryan Donnelly.
Correction, now batting number 23, Ryan Donnelly.
And Ryan Donnelly is hitting .286, slugging .571, on-base percentage of .375, 2 hits and 7 at-bats. One of those a triple. Strike one. One out here. Ball put into play, another single, same spot into center field. Going home is Lozapone, and that ends the shutout for the Garnet, as Whack puts one on the board.
Number 6, Charlie Meter.
Still runners on first and second. And we'll have another pinch hitter. It will be number 12, Chris Cremitis, for Charlie Meter. That's a strike. That's a ball. 1-1. Called strike 1-2. On deck will be another pinch hitter, number 44, Max Hammond, a freshman from Annapolis, Maryland. 1-2 is the count. One gone here in the top of the 8th. 12-1 for the Garnet. Fouled off. Breeze picking up a little bit here at Clothier Field in the Prudente press box. Still very nice weather. Couldn't ask for better weather for baseball. That's a ball, 2-2 for Ramey. Came in to pitch this inning in relief of Lake. Lake pitching very well. 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, 3 or 4 hits, I believe, and no runs. Had another quality start after his game against Drew, where he allowed no runs in 7 innings. Swarthmore ultimately losing 2-0. Looks like we have another ball. Not sure. It looked like it almost looked like it had hit the batter, but not quite. Count is full now at 3-2. Rather, excuse me, it was a foul ball. Now it is 2-2. I apologize for the mistake. Ball put into play. Ramey reaching down to get it. Makes the easy underhand toss to Beaker. Runners advance to second and third. 2 gone here.
Now batting number 44, Max Hammond.
That'll bring a pinch hitter up. It'll be number 44, Max Hammond. Hammond quite tall, big statured guy. You run out of adjectives after about 7.5 innings as that goes in for a strike. 0-1. And that's outside off the glove of Schrock. No runners advance. 1-1 here. And the count is 1-1 for Ramey. 2 gone here. 2 runners in scoring position. At second and third, swung very early was Hammond. Did not see that one very well, and now it's 1-2. Looked like he swung just as it left his hand well early on that pitch. And 1-2. Ball off the corner of the plate, 2-2 for Max Hammond, the freshman first baseman from Annapolis. He's coming in for Hirschbaum. Standing at 6'6", 250 pounds. As he muscles that one to right field, under it is Gillen, and that will end the inning as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Swarthmore giving up a run, but still up comfortably at 12-1. We'll be right back with more baseball action. Apologies for that. That was a strikeout by Steven Matos Torres for the first out of the inning. Matos Torres pinch hitting for Elliott, and that will bring up Beaker. One out here. Couple of defensive substitutions for the Shoremen, as we're at 2-0 in the count on Beaker. 2-0 here. He went on the swing, 2-1 on Beaker. Beaker, one of the original remaining starters in this game for Swarthmore. And that will be 3-1 on Beaker here. Here in the bottom of the eighth. Beaker to the third baseman, Barclay. Barclay takes his time with the throw, gets Beaker out at first. That's the second out of the inning.
For the Garnet, number 1, Max Gruyan.
And that will put up Max Gruyan, the shortstop. 2 outs, none on. Sean Weiss still on the mound for Washington. I believe he's the 4th pitcher, as that one's in the dirt. 1-0 on Gruyan. Swing and a miss by Gruyan. A pretty big hack there for the freshman from San Antonio, Texas. 1-1 count. 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Rather, the bottom of the 8th. Gruyan takes that one for a ball. If Swarthmore maintains this lead in the next inning, this will be their last time batting. You have to think that's pretty likely with an 11-run lead and only 1 inning left. And Gruyan flying out to the right fielder to end the inning. 1-2-3 for Washington as we head into the final frame here at Clothier Field. 12-1 for Swarthmore. And we're going to bring in Tommy Bothwell to pitch, a freshman. Rather, Ricky Conti, number 25, a sophomore from Claremont, California. Here in the top of the 9th.
Now pitching Ricky Conti.
Conti looking to close the door here as we have a substitution in left field. Terrell Dale coming in. So Conti will be on the mound for the Garnet, and in left field will be freshman Terrell Dale. Dale hails from nearby Norristown, Pennsylvania.
Now batting for the Shoremen, number 29, Aaron Barclay.
Leading off the inning for the Shoremen will be number 29, Aaron Barkley. Barkley, one of the few remaining starters in this game for the Shoremen. Swarthmore looking to end things here, starting with Barkley. Here in the top of the ninth, 12-1 Swarthmore. Ball is low, 1-0. Once again, we thank you for tuning in. We hope you'll stick around after the game as we'll have an interview with head coach Matt Midkiff. Ball hit foul to left by Barkley. Count now 1-1. We'll talk to head coach Matt Midkiff about this game and all things baseball here as we have a 1-1 count on Barkley. Make that 2-1. That ball misses just high for Conti. Another foul ball, 2-2 here. Washington College down to their final 3 outs of the game. Swarthmore playing pretty well in all facets. Pitching's been good. Hitting has been excellent, and the defense has also done the job here today. Ball put into play. Shallow left field for a single. Barkley reaches, thinks about 2, but half-hearted attempt there as he will be at first. And that will put a pinch hitter, Chris Bowers Jr. from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, at the plate. No outs. Bowers is 1 for 1 so far this season. 1 run, 1 hit, also a walk. Very limited action so far in 22 games. Ball off the plate, 1-0. After this game, we'll have Coach Midkiff's interview, and we will also have some women's lacrosse action on the Garnet Sports Network against Bryn Mawr at 7 p.m. As that's another ball, 2-0 on Bowers. And swinging that ball inside is Bowers. Fouls it off, 2-1. This game about 2.5 hours so far. Pretty typical pace for a nice baseball game. Two and 1 is the count here. Swing and a miss from Bowers. Count goes to 2-2. Conti looking to retire him. Get the first out of the last inning here. Ball is out to right field. Gillen under that. Runner will stay at first. 1 out here in the ninth.
Up to bat, number 35, T.C. Conrad.
And we'll have another pinch hitter. It will be number 35, T.C. Conrad. Conrad, a sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland. Conrad, so far this season, looking for his first hit. He's had 13 at-bats and 2 runs. As call strike 1 on Conrad. Put into play past the diving third baseman, Matt Palmer. That'll be a single for Conrad. Runners on first and second. One out here in the ninth.
Batting, number 3, Joe Lozapone.
And coming up is the shortstop, Joe Lozapone. Lozapone started this game at short and has stayed in for the Shoremen. Runners on first and second, one out. Swarthmore looking to roll a double play. Get a 2 out, send everybody home. That's a strike one. Good start for Conti here. Big swing and a miss by Lozapone. Wanted that one badly. 0-2 now. Conti getting ahead of him here. Looking to retire Lozapone. Move 1 out closer to their first conference victory this season. Swarthmore swept the Shoremen last year in that home-and-home series. Conti steps off. Looks at second base to retreat the runner. Ball high from Conti, 1-2, the count. Up the middle, diving is Gruyan, gets the play at second. Great effort there from Max Gruyan to stop what would have been a single. Get the second out.
Up the bat for the Shoremen, number 27, Mike Mann.
As that will put runners on the corner. Good job by Gruyan to stop that ball and get the force out at second. Prevent the runner from perhaps scoring if the ball gets in the outfield. Swing and a miss by the pinch hitter, Mike Mann. 0-1. Correction, Mann came in earlier as the catcher for O'Donnell, so he is not a pinch hitter. And he's now at 0-2. 1 pitch away from ending this game is Ricky Conti. 2 down, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A little bit of a pause. Some interesting baseball strategy being discussed here in the press box. Ball outside from Conti, 1-2. And that ball hit Dale tracking back. It goes over the head of Dale. 1 run will score, 12-2 on that double by Mann on the last. That'll make it 12-2. Swarthmore ahead 10 here as we're down to the final out. Runners on second and third. Conti will have a brief meeting with catcher Jaron Schrock. Schrock is a junior from Buda, Texas. Batting will be number 9, the leadoff hitter, Luke Distilio. Not much to play for at this point besides pride, with Swarthmore holding a 10-run lead as Distilio fouls that one off, 0-1. And good job by Schrock to stop that ball. That was well outside from Conti. Prevent the ball from getting to the backstop and perhaps another run scoring as count evens at 1-1. Put into play, grounder to Gruyan. Gruyan with the routine throw to first base, and that is the ball game. Swarthmore with an absolutely crushing offensive effort, scoring 4 runs in the first inning. Scoring 4 runs in the first, 4 in the third, and then adding 3 more in the 7th. Great offensive showing from the Garnet to pick up their first conference win of the season. 12-2 over the visiting Washington College Shoreman. Sawyer Lake will get the win. Good start from the freshman. Pitching, I believe, 7 innings of shutout ball. The Shoremen will continue to look for their first conference win as they fall to 9-14 on the season, 0-3 in the Centennial, as Swarthmore improves to 8-15, 1-2 against conference opponents. Swarthmore's next home games will be on Saturday, April 8th against Dickinson College here at Clothier Field. We hope you'll join us for that. Be sure to tune in early when we have the press box dedication ceremony for the Prudente press box, and then all that conference baseball action. We'll have 2 nines. So we'll be right back with that interview with Matt Midkiff. Thanks for watching the Garnet Sports Network. We'll hope you'll stick around. All right, as promised, we have the interview with head coach Matt Midkiff after his team's big 12-2 win over the Washington College Shoremen. Coach, congratulations on the win. How big was it to get 4 runs in the first inning? The last 2 couple games you've had against Johns Hopkins, you had 2 runs in the first inning there, and against DeSales, you had 4 runs. What does it mean for your pitchers and for your hitters to get off to a start like that?
Well, I think the most important thing is that it shows that our hitters are ready to go and we're locked in. And it kind of goes hand in hand. When our pitchers come out and put up a 0, it helps our offense. And when our hitters show up early and put some runs on the board, you saw that Sawyer was able to settle in and throw strikes and work ahead. And what it does also is it limits their offense. It limits the things that they can do because now they're playing from behind and every base runner for them is valuable. So it's huge for us to be ready to go and step in there and have great at-bats from the first pitch.
Speaking of Sawyer Lake, your freshman pitcher, your lefty from Texas, he's had a pretty good handful of starts. Today's start, he pitched very well, not allowing any runs, and I think just 3 or 4 hits. And last week's game against Drew, he went 7 strong, didn't allow any runs. You guys ultimately lost that one. Can you speak to his development and how he's really kind of stepped up his game, especially as we get into conference play?
Yeah, I think what was beneficial for Sawyer is that his first outing in college was not very good, and Coach Kosofsky has worked really hard with all of our pitchers, but Sawyer has some special attributes that are now coming out, and I think Coach was just able to get him to kind of settle down, and we joked that Sawyer's kind of like a little lab puppy running around, and he wants to get into everything, and so just keeping him focused on the pitch he's throwing and staying in the moment has ultimately been really good for him, and I mean, he's just got electric stuff, and we love having him out there, and I think he's just going to continue to get better.
Absolutely. And one final question. I don't want to dwell too much on games that you might have lost, but on Saturday's game where you fell to Johns Hopkins after it was 4-4 in the 8th and they had that walk-off in the 9th inning, how did you feel going to the number 19 team in the country, playing on the road, a team that has been very strong in Centennial Conference play, being that close, going toe-to-toe to them, and how did you use that experience for such a young team and bring it into this game as sort of a teaching lesson?
Sure. So, we talk about in the program that there's no moral victories for us. We come to play and we come to win every game. One thing we did is we raised the level of competition in our non-conference opponents. So all these young guys know is that when they come to the field that the opponent will be strong. And Johns Hopkins is obviously a strong opponent, as are all of the Centennial Conference schools that we face. But I think playing in close games, no matter who the opponent is and whether it's a team that's ranked or not, it gives our guys that experience that you just can't practice. And so being in that atmosphere, talking to the guys about just competing every pitch and going out and having a good at bat, or making a good play on defense and being in the right spots and doing all the right things, it really helps our guys grow. And those are things that again, we can't simulate in practice, that they just have to learn by doing, and so it's great to see our guys learning and competing as we grow. And when they walk into Swarthmore College and they're on our baseball team and they're in our program, we expect that they're ready to play and they're ready to help us win. And I feel like we've got a lot of guys that are doing that right now. And we'll saddle up and we'll head down to Washington College on Friday, and we'll tee it up again against a team that's going to be hungry after a game like this.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be absolutely looking to give it right back to you on their home field. Thank you guys for joining us here on the Garnet Sports Network. I'm Roy Grimes signing off. I'll hope you'll join us on Saturday for our doubleheader against Dickinson. We'll have a dedication ceremony for the Ernie Prudente press box and 18 innings of Centennial Conference baseball action. We hope you'll join us. Have a great night and take care.
Go Garnet.